channel, and welcome back to this Casio Edifice, which I unboxed a few weeks ago. Been using it quite a bit, and now it's time for a full review. Just a quick recap. That's the box that these things come in. It's not your kind of your generic Casio box, which is one of those. So they do have their own box, which is pretty cool. So yeah, this one's kind of a Formula One racing inspired design with that kind of carbon fibre type dial. We'll get some measurements done. We have a case size, which is just that side of that pusher there. Couldn't quite get to the 2, but between there and the 8 o'clock, that is 42 millimeters, including the crown is 45 millimeters. We have a lug to lug of 47 millimeters, and we have a thickness of 10.5. The lug width on this is a bit of an odd one. It's actually 20.5 millimeters, and we'll come back and we'll talk about that in a little while. We'll move in on this dial and we'll take a look at this this carbon fibre effect that they've got going on, which I actually really been enjoying that. I think it's really cool. It's one of those things that yeah, it's just kind of something a bit different and very kind of racing inspired. So we got all those applied indices, which have got those nice little angles on there, which do catch the light quite nicely. They're all well, I would say they're Lume filled, but you know, it's got some Lume in it. You got the Casio Edifice logo with water resistant to 100 meters, which is applied, and as you can see, this one has no date. The sub-dial here, which is on kind of a raised polished section, is your 24-hour dial, and then down the bottom here, this is your seconds for your stopwatch, and up here is a 30 minute counter. To use the chronograph, it's pretty much the same as any other chronograph. Well, it is the same. You got this top pusher here, which will start the chronograph, and I dare say it's going to take us a few seconds for that to come round, because it's going to go under the hands. There we go. We can see that going past now, and then to stop it, you press it again, and then to reset, it's the bottom pusher. The handset is fence post style, and as you can see, that seconds hand is not too far off of hitting all the markers, which is always nice to see on a quartz piece. The case finishing on this, it's all 316L stainless steel, all high polished on the sides. You got your signed crown there, which isn't a screw down one, it's just a push pull. And you've got a little bit of brushing, radial brushing on the top of those lugs and those angles where it comes down to meet the strap. High polish on the outside there, aluminium insert to the bezel. We'll just move out again, and then we'll take a look at this side and then turn it over. As you can see, high polished. The case back on this is screwed down. Now we can zoom back in again. As you can see, you've got all your information on the back there. You got stainless steel, water resistant 10 bar, and then you got the number of the watch, which is the EF-552 Japan movement by Casio cased in China, not by Casio, cased in China. Yeah, and as you can see, these spring bars in there, that you can get these straps out, but because of the way that these lugs are done, this strap is actually specifically for this. Now you can get another strap in there. Like I said, it's a 20.5 mil lug width, so you could. Yeah, I did manage to get a NATO in there, but it's very tight, and basically I had to put the NATO on and then drop the spring bar in above it and kind of wiggle it in. But it does look better on the supplied rubber strap, which, to be fair, isn't too bad. It's not super hard, not super soft. It's not silicone. It's definitely a rubber, but there's plenty of holes for adjustment on there. As you will have seen at the beginning of the video, I think I'm wearing it up here somewhere, and I've got a 7 3/4 inch wrist, so this will fit, you know, easily up to 8, maybe 8.5 inch. The other end here, you've got a sliding keeper and a high polished tang and buckle, which is not rattly at all. It's and that sits in there quite nicely, doesn't wobble about. It's yeah, it's quite nice. This does have some lume, and as you would expect, it's not the greatest in the world, but we will take a look at that. I'm probably going to have to charge it up for a few moments because it does take a while to get going. And the test is, of course, will the camera focus on it? If the camera focuses on the lume, then it's good lume. If it doesn't, I think we know where this one's going. So here we go, lights down, and yeah, indeed we are struggling. Now those indices will fade out very, very quickly, and the hands probably last about 30 minutes or so. You can see the indices are nearly gone already, but you know, there is some lume. There's no backlight on this. The crystal covering that dial is a flat piece of mineral crystal. And these, I think, these really, I mean, they're great value, you know, for the shortcomings, you know, things like the lume and stuff like that, and the fact that you know, most of the Edifice range have got kind of specific straps, so swapping straps out isn't always an option or not the easiest thing to do. Yeah, I think they're great value. This one, full retail on this is around about 70 GBP. They do vary, and you can pick them up in deals, which is always good. The reference number for this, if you were interested in picking one up, is the EF-552-1 AVEF. Would I recommend the watch? Absolutely. I think that these Casio Edifice offer some fantastic value for money. They've got some of them have got some really great features. I mean, they've got everything from, you know, some of them have solar power, some of them are Bluetooth. You know, there's no end to what Casio do with these things, and I think that they're really just a great kind of fun tool watch, and they look good as well. And because this one's got such a kind of slim profile at 10.5mm, it does sit very nicely on the wrist. So there we go, the Casio Edifice Formula 1 racing inspired EF-552. If you like this, I'll see if I can find a link to a couple of shops where you can pick this up from. If I can, then I'll leave them in the description or in the comments. But if you like this kind of content, if you could leave me a thumbs up, that would be fantastic. It's the best way you can support the channel, and it's absolutely free. Costs you nothing at all. Even a thumbs down, I don't mind. Thumbs downs are absolutely fine. There's one person who actually regularly leaves a thumb down. Thank you. That's brilliant. I've got no problem with that whatsoever. But yes, please, if you'd like to subscribe, feel free. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you get notified when I upload any more content. But that's it for now. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Cheers for now.